Hey guys, welcome to the channel. This is Robbie with his first place winning Dragonmaid deck at Locals. I'm going to let him take away and show us how this deck is made.
Alright, for the Dragonmaids, the babies, I just play 2 Kitchen, 3 Stu Cloggy, although this card is good with the Legacy Guard Dragon. The 1 Nurse, because I think 2 again is too much. Typically, once you have it out, you have Tiding to use it again and again. Shao brings it back, a bunch of things, he's on using it. You don't need 2. 3 Chamber, card's really good, searches your Hospitality, searches your Tidings, overall the best Chambermaid. In a sense, because this is actually the best the best Dragonmaid rather. This actually sends one instead of adds one, and it comes out a lot too. Because again, if you're going to your plays and you end up using something like this, the add a card or not division the draw card, you get drilled a lot. So that's where this card comes up in clutch. This allows you to end up sending your Tidings or sending your fusions and still playing through a draw and lock bird. It's pretty cool. That's all it for the babies. For the big ones, I only play 3. This is actually not necessary. But it's really nice to be able to use this to like beat over Dragoon or something like that after they use their effect or whatnot. It comes up. Next for the non-Dragonmaid, I play 3 of this. I don't play the Red Eyes Fusion or the Dragoon myself. I thought about it, but I'm not sure yet. This is meant to just search Red Eyes, and it works very well with this card too. So use normal some of this, make Sacred Dragon come up, bring out this. This is just really good. I never use this other effect to like protect the face down whenever it comes up. The draw effect of this is really good. It's a free body on board to make Romulus or the Steers. Next is the Red Med, get off the black baby dragon thing. Tempest, because Gold Sark in this, when you play them, it pretty much gives you an option to have a 4th Parlor or to search out low par. Sometimes you need the big dragon in hand in order to use your fusion spell to make the shallow monster or whatever. So this comes in clutch. This also comes in clutch too. It's like a mid-game, you draw it or have it in the graveyard or send it off the Ravine. This is the only way to get a big dragon on board if you don't draw it or whatnot. So it's very nice. For the Handshake, I played 2 Nibiru, 3 Ash, pretty standard. I don't play the Gamma package in here, typically because we have nothing to really activate to bait out a Gamma in a sense. 3 Hospitality, it's like a Monster Born. It's just standard. It's really good. This card is really good. It's like won me most of my duels if like late game when I'm like top decking or trying to like come back to in the game. 2 of the fusion spell. I was playing 1 at first. It never got banished. It never got negated. Never got taken by like a toad or anything silly like that. But I thought to myself, if it ever did, I'd be up. I'd be really in trouble. So I started playing 2, and it actually comes up. Again, it gets negated by a Mechabug, gets negated by Toad. What else did it get negated by? Got DD Crowed 1c4. I'm like, okay, normal summon Chambermaid, search another one, still play the game. It's very, very good to play 3 or 2 of that. 3 of this. Everybody knows this combo. You normal summon Dragonmaid, you make Almirage, you bring back the Dragonmaid, you make LP, move LP, Guard Dragon plays. It's pretty good. Next is the Ravine. Ravine typically is only, it's a few uses for it. The main ones are when you have the Tiding in hand, you can make your Romulus, pitch the Tiding, and then still play off of that with the Tiding banishing, bring back the stuff from the graveyard to make LP pisty stuff. Also, you can send Tempest. This is, like I said, the only way you can technically, if you don't open a big dragon and you're trying to make a big dragon, rather make Shao, because it requires a little fire higher dragon. This is the only way to get a big dragon in hand or field if you don't go to battle phase. So it's really nice for Tempest. Monster Born. So one of those. Let's do that. It's personal preference. I just like these at my Locals. I just put this back in because, again, there's a lot of graveyard decks that's very important. There's 4, and of course, stopping hand trap is good too. Gold Strike is what banishes the Tempest, and then Monster Born just too good. Why not Monster Born? For the traps, I play 3 Imperms. These can be changed, but at the moment, this is just what I like the best right now. Like, I literally could like put in Gambits and stuff if I really wanted to. I have them, but I don't know. I just like Imperm right now. It's not very good in the meta in a sense. 3 Tiding, almost best card in deck. I wish I could play like 10 of these cards. This card's so good. I always end up sending off Parlor. Like I will literally use this to bring back Parlor, and then use Parlor effect to send another one of these because it's so nice to have one of these in the graveyard all the times. And then obviously the bounce effect against what's it called, Virtual World. If you have Heroic Steer in this, they can't even play through it. You usually have their best hand. So they activate the spell to place the trap. You can, when they activate their first monster, you can use this or the Heroic Sphere, doesn't matter, to bounce the trap card. And then when they activate a spell card or normal summon a monster, use another one, use the Heroic Sphere or whatever one you didn't use to bounce that, and they're typically done. Like I haven't seen any virtual player play through that yet. And finally, 1 Downtime. This is typically used against Eldritch. On their end phase, they typically only have 1 to 2 back row. 2 being the elixir, and then the card that I don't know what it's called, to be really honest. The pops a card or banish card in the graveyard.
Conquistador.
Thank you, Conquistador. So like typically, you obviously don't know which one's which sometimes, but this card you just bounce one of your Dragonmaids and bounce one of those back to the hand, and their combo of like interrupting your plays just ends. This card's nutty. And the other effect of this is you have to add any Dragonmaid card, which if you don't need to bounce a back row, it's still pretty good to add anything, you know. For the extra deck, I suppose, I play the 1 Owl Mirage, Striker Dragon, the Guard Dragon package. This is technically for part of Guard Dragons too. When you start the Owl Mirage, when you're doing the play with the World Legacy Guard Dragon, this is in your extra deck, and there's no way to get rid of it for like what's it called? What is Romulus take? I didn't read that. Yeah. Nobody get rid of it for Romulus or a Sphere. That's not the right card. Sphere. So this is what this down arrow is for. It allows you to link this away, because this allows you to link, you know, with 2 different monsters with different attributes. And then it also gives you a zone for Pisty, so it literally works perfectly. Next is the Romulus. I love being able to send Tempest. I love being able to chain block, you know, this with the Nocta Vision. This card's really good. Next is the Spheres. I play 2 of this. If I had room, I'd play 3. This card comes in Clutch Edition. It's so good. You can get almost like +5 out of this sometimes, because you bounce a card, you bring out Nurse, you bring back something else, let's say Parlor, you send a Chop card, which brings out, you banish that, bring out Chamber, get a search off of that. It is nutty. This card is so good. This is brand new, I just tried it out today. I like it a lot. A lot of times, again, unless you're playing Boral Sword or this, in my opinion, a lot of times I find myself in a place where Boral Sword can't end the game, but I still want to out a card that, you know, Boral Sword could too. So this just comes in clutch too. I mean, it's just temporary. I'm not sure if it's gonna stand or not, but I like it a lot. I really do. There's 2 Shao and 2 House. I'm not sure. I would never play 3 and 3 or 3 and 1. You always have to have a house in the extra deck to make this negation be able to be activated. So 2 and 2 is fine for me. Next is this. I do play the Calamities thing, because you rather have an option when you have, like, you know, I say full combo, but it's typically 2 cards for full combo anyway. You either make the Herodic Sphere or Shao, or you can just make Calamities. And some decks it's still just good if you know you're playing against Virtual World or something like that. So it's still just good to make Calamities against them, because sometimes they just have to scoop, or they just have to play through or whatever. I mean, it's just they have a hard time with this card. So, but that is the deck.
All right. Thank you so much, Robbie. All right. I'll see you guys later.